The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Getz.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. We hope you had a great week. It's been absolutely gorgeous here in Florida, so hopefully you're enjoying it. If you've got family in town for spring break, hopefully they're enjoying it. And we are here to really promote those that are beautifying Vero Beach. That's what this show is all about. And today is no exception. Today we're talking about a first ever event here in Vero Beach. So first of all, I want to ask you a question, guys. So okay, you ready? What does the word source actually mean? Okay, what does the word source actually mean? Well, the dictionary says the word source is a place, person, or thing from which something comes or can be obtained. Okay, so for example, mackerel is a good source of fish oil. Okay, so what, guys, is the source here in Vero Beach? All right, so here to answer that and more is our guest today. She is the Director of Mental Health Services at The Source. She is a licensed mental health counselor and certified addiction professional. She's been in The Source for 5 years. Last year, guys, she became The Source's first certified mental health first aid instructor. That's a lot. This marks a new beginning, you guys, for The Source. The Mental Health First Aid, or MHFA training, is equipping their staff with essential tools to effectively recognize, comprehend, and respond to The Source's members facing mental health and substance abuse issues. The Source's team will gain a deeper understanding of various conditions such as anxiety, depression, trauma, substance abuse, self-injury. So armed with this knowledge, they will be well equipped to provide the necessary support and resources to The Source's members. Please welcome our guest, licensed mental health counselor, Charlene Morris.
Hi. So nice to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. It's a wonderful day to be here.
I was telling you before we went on air that I actually got to hear you speak at one of The Source's events, and it was very touching. We don't need to go into it, but it was very touching, and I was like, I want to meet her sometime, so I'm so thrilled that you're here for the first time on Beauty and the Beach.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
So for those that don't know The Source, okay, we know the dictionary term, but what does it mean here in Vero Beach? What is The Source? And then we're going to talk about some of the dignity programs and one that you are particularly fond of.
Right. So The Source is a nonprofit Christian organization that serves the community and what we consider unhoused or homeless and the low income. And we provide trainings, we provide services, we provide job opportunities, showers. They're able to get their mail there. They can do their laundry. And so, but one of the most important things is community. Mm-hmm. For those who are unhoused or homeless, they lose a sense of community because they've lost a lot of family. Mm-hmm. And so we give that to them. We create that safe environment to feel loved, to feel safe, to feel wanted.
You know, you've been there for 5 years.
Yes.
And, you know, Cindy and I both know Tony that you know, runs the ship over there, or the bus, however you want to say it. But seeing a lot of growth. You know, what excites you most about, you know, your position, where you are? And we're going to talk about the One Dignity program that you're involved with.
Right. So it's called Dignity Wellness. And it just was created last year. Because Impact 100, we received that grant. And from Grand Harbor, we also received a grant in order to start Dignity Wellness program. And so the purpose of Dignity Wellness was simply to be able to provide daily mental health services for the members who come in, as well as staff having free availability to sit down and talk about the vicarious trauma that they might experience listening to other people's trauma on a daily basis.
You know, if I can just interject real fast, because we were talking again off air, how, getting that counseling, if you will, that there used to be a stigma, and I feel like there's less now. I feel like people are more apt to come to someone like you and say, here are my issues, help me walk through those and get through them. Do you find that the stigma is less on finding, mental health options?
Yes, I think it's less. I think there's been a great push by many organizations to open up that conversation and open up forums and have symposiums to open up people's minds to that it's okay to talk about it.
Sure. And what's the reaction been at the source between the members and the staff receiving this type of first aid, if you will? What's the reaction been like?
I think most people are very happy to have it. We also have, we just added a weekend counselor because mental health happens 7 days a week.
Sure enough.
And so everyone's excited about having mental health services there. The members utilize me quite a bit because what happens is that if you're homeless, 9 times out of 10, something has happened in your life that was traumatic, whether it be loss of family, loss of job, loss of sense of self. And so having someone to sit down and work through those things, sometimes we find that, they need to work again, or they need to learn a new skill. Their skill is obsolete. And so as the source, we provide a lot of different opportunities for people to re-engage in employment. And one of the main ones is the culinary program, where you can get your safe serve and be able to work in restaurants, and whether it be a prep cook or a grill cook, or even just washing dishes if that's your level. So we really love that program. We have many, many others, obviously, but this was one of the premium first ones that we have had a lot of people come through and has just changed their lives. They've come back and told us so.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, talking about opportunities, so you at the Source are doing a fair, doing a wellness fair for the first time ever. The public is invited. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so the health fair is April 27th. It's on a Saturday, just a couple Saturdays from now, and it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And we're having speakers. There is a Whole Health Family who's doing a talk on diabetes prevention. We have an organization, Music Matters, who's doing music therapy and interacting with the attendees. We're having a nutrition class from Treasure Coast Food Bank. And also a gentleman who is doing a AED and CPR demonstration. So we have lots of different activities for the children, bouncy houses, sack races, photo booths, massages, haircuts. So because there's self-care as well,
Sure.
Even though it's important to take care of your physical health, your mental health, and also your spiritual health. So we have a prayer tent there. So we're trying to reach the community because we're an advocate for wellness. And so we want to reach the community and let them know that there are local resources available. This is about putting it in a public forum.
Sure.
And letting people know it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to do a mental health screening and do a checkup from the neck up, because we do a checkup everywhere else. But we never really check what's going on inside our heads, because sometimes that's the battlefield, is what's going in our thoughts, happening in our thoughts.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So you've kind of made it some fun,
Yes.
so it really brings people in and
really does.
kind of softens the. I wouldn't want to say soften the blow, but make it a little more approachable.
Yes. Yeah. It's much more approachable when you have, family activities going on. And so we're having the K9 unit is coming out, and they're going to be doing a demonstration. We have Maximum Velocity, which is gymnastics, and they're going to be out there doing their somersaults and different things like that. We also have, I don't know if it's organic, but it's non-toxic makeup. So we've tried to have a variety of vendors. There is Nutrition Smart from Port St. Lucie, who's coming up. They are a health food store. And so, because this is about your health and having healthy options,
Sure.
and choosing some alternatives to be able to be a healthy person. And but we want to take care of the mind, body, and spirit. And so we think we have a good group of people coming out. We also, we have food trucks and all the rest of that too. But we really love the fact that we're able to do this in an open forum, invite the entire public. It's at Pathway Church, which is, they have a huge facility. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to have vendors outside and inside the building. And so we're looking forward to it.
Now, I know the Source has been very popular with their food truck. Are there other food trucks, or is it just going to be the Source's food trucks?
It's just the Source's food trucks. However, it's also Tavo's Tacos.
Okay.
I know this is a health event. However, we want to have some other options too.
Okay.
And Kona,
put enough lettuce on your taco. It'll make it
good. And Kona Ice is coming as well.
Oh, yes.
So we had to have some nice, good treats.
Oh, my goodness. So let me recap, because that's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the Health and Wellness Fair that the Source is putting on, which, by the way, is sponsored by Impact 100, correct?
Yes, Impact 100 and Grand Harbor.
Grand Harbor. Okay, so that's Saturday, April 27, Pathway Church, which is on 58th Avenue, 1105 to be exact.
Yes.
10 a.m. to 3. That's jam-packed. That's going to come and go before you know it.
Yes, but, we figure that people want to have other things that they have to do during the day. So with this being our first event, we wanted to make it large enough, but small enough that it was manageable.
Yes, no, it makes sense.
But we really wanted to be able to reach out to the community and help, decrease that stigma.
Sure.
And encourage people to take new self-care strategies, because you may not know about some of these things. And so this is also, it's educational, it's informational, and just having a lot of fun, having a fun day.
And, I think it's so good, Charlene, because the Source has grown so much that I think it's important, too, that the public sees, what they're doing for our community, what they're doing for the homeless. And Tony's doing such a good job of making sure that they are getting back on their feet.
Yes.
It used to be just a meal, years and years ago. Before Tony, it used to be just a meal.
Yes.
And now it's, providing, mental health like yourself.
Services,
and the Dignity Bus and, the food program. There's just so many things that he's added. So it makes me happy to see that you're actually doing something for the public so they can see you in a different environment, see you in a different light.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons, well, not one of the reasons, but in our Impact 100 grant, that was one of the reasons we put in their community outreach. Because even though our target is, or our population is the unhoused or low income, we wanted the community to see us as a resource.
Right.
We aren't the source, but we are a resource for the community. Even, we had in December of last year, we had a Holiday Blues seminar and just helping people learn strategies and different interventions available for the holidays. The holidays are not great for everyone. And so it's important to make sure that we spend time talking about those things. And my big thing is bring it out into the open, because the power is in the secret.
Okay, well, that was going to be one of my questions to you is, what advice would you give that someone listening right now that may not come and is struggling? And what's one key to I know there's so much to unravel, but what's one key you would say to someone to help them get out of that funk or depression or anxiety or addiction? What's one thing you find that helps them?
I think the first thing that helps them is letting them know it takes courage. It takes courage for you to come in. And I know that it's difficult for you to come in and lay your burdens down in a sense, not really knowing what is going to happen. So my first line of conversation is just encouraging them, not really talking about the difficulties of their life, but building relationship. So with the members at the Source, I always build relationship first before I start to delve into what's going on deeper in your life, because they don't know me.
Right.
But, in the sense of your question, I think one of the most important things you can do is go get a checkup.
Sure.
Go make the appointment. Yeah. There's some assessments that you can do online. It's okay to do them, but after you do it, do not diagnose yourself. Do not try to find, oh, okay, well, this is what I can do to fix it.
Sure.
Because it could be deeper, and what you choose could make it worse.
Right.
And so it's always good to go and speak to a professional, even if it's a peer who is in the field. They don't necessarily have to be a licensed mental health counselor, but they could have their master's in something, or that you just know someone that is in the field itself. So it's the most important thing to do is to talk to someone. I would not recommend anyone self-diagnosing. You focus on some self-care. If you know that you're sad, well, getting exercise and getting out in the open air and exercising always helps with a sad mood. However, it could be deeper than that. And so sometimes that can fix certain things, but not always. Anxiety is one of the highest things in the United States besides heart disease.
Wow.
People are anxious about everything. They're anxious about work. They're anxious about life and whether I'm going to have enough money to retire or enough money to go to school. And so we have a lot of anxiety producing situations in this world. And after COVID, it just increased it tenfold. And so people simply need to recognize that I'm not feeling myself. I'm not behaving like myself. I'm not talking like myself. People who know me are saying the same thing. Then it's time to go ahead and make that appointment.
So what I'm hearing from you is asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but instead a sign of strength.
Absolutely, 100%. That's the first thing that everyone needs to really know, is that if you don't ask for help, the symptoms could worsen. So early intervention is key. So if you know that something is going on, just like when you go to the doctor and they say to you, well, we caught it early.
Sure.
Why? Because the prognosis is good. The treatment or intervention that they use is probably going to be more beneficial. And same thing with mental health. Find out what's going on. Early intervention is key. Do something about it instead of waiting for the symptoms to worsen.
I love it. We're talking to Charlene Morris. She is licensed mental health counselor at The Source, and we're talking about the Dignity Wellness Health and Wellness Fair, April 27th at Pathway Church, 10 to 3. It is free, you guys, and there's going to be raffles and food trucks and kid zone and prayer tent and massages and all kinds of wonderful things. So be sure to go see them. Go see what they're doing. If anything, they're making a change in our community. And stay with us. We're going to go to a station break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, all in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a spring sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture.
Get ready to experience the rhythm of a lifetime with On Your Feet, the electrifying Broadway musical celebrating the extraordinary journey of Emilio and Gloria Estefan. From humble beginnings in Cuba to global superstardom, their music transcended borders and inspired millions. Don't miss your chance to dance, laugh, and sing along with the music that defined a generation. On Your Feet, now playing at Vero's beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. I'm Cindy Getz, your host. We want to thank Dale Sorensen Real Estate for always making sure we are on air and that we are promoting those that are beautifying Vero Beach, like Charlene at The Source. So Dale Sorensen Real Estate, thank you. Whether you're buying or selling a home, they can take care of you. You can find them at 772-231-4712. And you can also find them at sorensenrealestate.com. Also, varietals, they always make sure that we have, lovely beverages. And so today they sent over, guys, it's so interesting. Cindy and I are huge fans. It's called Renegade Lemonade. If you're not watching live stream and you're listening on the radio, it is a white. It does look like a lemonade color. So it's called Renegade Lemonade. It's a lemon wine. Yes. And Cindy, I don't know if her mic is on, but it truly does taste like lemonade. I'm not sure how they did that.
It does taste like lemonade. And you said an interesting fact about it real quick. It's a New York State wine.
Yes. It is produced
Kudos.
in Naples, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, The Source, Tony is doing such an amazing job. Charlene is doing such an amazing job that when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And The Source truly is helping people turn those lemons into lemonade. So yes. And then one more fun fact about this Renegade Lemonade is 10%, you guys, of profits from sales of Renegade Lemonade are donated to U.S.-based nonprofits.
Wow.
So yay all around for this lemonade. So go and get some. You'll get 10% discount if you say Beauty and the Beach Radio sent you. That's varietals on Royal Palm Point. Thank you, Rob and Michelle. We're wrapping it up. We're talking about The Source's first ever health and wellness fair. We're talking to Charlene. Charlene, for those that are going, I see pictures in San Francisco and there's tents everywhere, on the streets, and I just don't see that in Vero. I don't really think we have a homeless problem. It's so prosperous here in Vero Beach. What do you say?
Yes, Vero Beach is a very prosperous town. And even if you don't see it, doesn't mean it's not there. Because we have sleeping buses that we have, 2 of them on our campus. And there was like 600 additional sleeps or people who came through to needing to sleep on our buses. So we know that there is an issue of not having housing because we see them every day. I see at least 68 to 75 people for each meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a daily basis. So we know that there's a need. And even though, like I said, there's people who don't see it. And, we try to do our part in keeping it off the streets and, causing businesses problems and things like that. That's why we do what we do and have the different programmings that we have so that they're inside, involved in programs and getting some information and education so that they can move on with their lives.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of information and education, in case someone just popped on, we want to make sure that they know that The Source is providing a health and wellness fair. And you want to run down the date, time, and place again.
Yes, it's April 27th, which is 2 Saturdays from now, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is at the Pathway Church on 58th Avenue and 12th Street, down below 60. And we're looking forward to everyone coming out and having a lot of fun, getting informed, learning new things, and enjoying being a part of this community and a part of this health fair.
So we want to make sure we're clear here. You do not have to be homeless. You don't have to know someone to be homeless. This is an outreach program to share and to get other people happy and well. right?
Yes, absolutely. So this is us reaching out to the community as an advocate for wellness and health, and looking forward to everyone being able to learn more about mental health, their well-being, and the great choices that they can make for themselves.
Charlene Morris from The Source, thank you so much, and good luck to your fair.
Thank you.